Day. My name is William Galloway. I welcome you today to Faith Christian Broadcast Radio.com and WVGBTV.org. I want to have an off the cuff chat with you today about a subject that's very dear to my heart: crime. Crime in the African American community. It seems as though we have a very high rate of crime in our community. Of course, there's crime all over the country, but specifically, I'm talking about in the African American community today. For some reason or another, our crime rate is very high, creating all kinds of problems, not only for our community, but for the surrounding community. We have to understand as people what is really going on. If you commit a crime, there's a system to handle that crime. Sometimes we think that we're fooling someone by the crimes that we commit. We feel as though we're going to get away with it. Let me tell you what happens. You will not be able to get away because people are trained on a regular basis on how to catch criminals and people who commit crime. Crime is a big business. Law enforcement is a bigger business. Here's how it works. You decide to go and sell some drugs because you want to make some fast money. You feel as though you can make it faster than going to work. Here's what happens. You go out and sell some drugs that you picked up from someone and you get caught. Once you get caught selling the drug by the police department or the sheriff department, they will put you in jail. Now, the policeman who caught you have a good job and he lives in a big house, take care of his family. His job is to catch you. When he takes you to the detention center employees, they have big houses, they take care of the families. Their job is to hold you. Then you go to the magistrate court. Magistrate have a big house, big family. Their job is to set a bond on you. After the bond is set, you call a bail bondsman. Bail bondsman live in a big house. He takes care of his family. After you get out of jail, you need an attorney. Attorney have a big house, and he takes care of his family. Then you go to court. When you go to court, the judge has a big house and a family. You are the grease for the machine. Everyone lives off of you. You get put away, go to the prison. When you go to the prison, the warden have a big house and take care of his family. You put away for years for selling $500 worth of drugs or $1,000 worth of drugs, and you have nothing left to show. You're in prison for many years, and you wasted your time, wasted your life. Everyone lives off of you. Here's how it works. The policeman lives off of you. The jailer lives off of you. The judge lives off of you. The bail bondsman live off of you. The sheriff department, the attorney lives off of you. The judge who hears your case lives off of you. And the warden lives off of you. 7 or 8 people live off of you by committing that simple crime. So they made money off of you. The only one suffers is you. You did not get away with it. So it really does not pay to do and commit these crimes. When you commit the crime of selling drugs, the guy who really behind the whole thing is not the guy that's going to get caught. When we see on television, they're getting millions of dollars they found in New York and California and all over the place. They usually lock up 3 or 4 persons because they found them with the drugs. But they never find the person or the persons who gave them the drugs in the first place. They don't go. It's the little street guy, the guy who takes it in his house. They're the ones that go. And where I saw it on television, going out of these apartments, the apartment owner may not be aware of what's going on, but you're aware. When you see $8 million worth of drugs in an apartment, they got those drugs from someplace. The guy who owns a big house, lives on the water, has the airplane, lives all over the country. They are the ones doing it and giving it to the small street guy. The small street guy goes to prison. So we have to do a better job as educating ourselves instead of committing crimes. There's crimes. Some people say crime does not pay. Crime does pay. It pay for those who are on the outside, and you are the grease for the machine. Without you, the system would fail. Without you, all those individuals, 7 to 8 of them, would be out of work. But because of you, you're so important to the system. And certainly their job is to catch you. But when they put you in jail, there's also someone coming right behind you who feel as though they have a better system and how they're going to do a better job, and this one's going to get away. No one retires from selling drugs, committing crime. There's no retirement plan. You either go to jail or you're dead. It's one of the two. You have to make a decision that you're not going to commit those crimes. You're not going to go to jail. You're going to put those people out of business, make them find another job. It's up to you. You have to make that decision. You certainly need to go to school. Everyone does not have to go to college. Trade schools, real vocational schools that you can go to and learn a trade. You can become a carpenter, a plumber, a painter, bricklayer, cement finisher. There are many jobs, welding, that you can certainly make a very good living without having to go to college or do 4 years, 2 years in school, college, or 4 years in college. You can make good living just by doing something like a trade. So we encourage you today to stop trying to think you're going to beat the system. You're not going to beat the system. The system is rigged to catch you, and they catch you when they want to catch you. And you say, well, I'm going to work with my buddy. And there are 3 or 4 of us, and we're in a system. We're all selling drugs. Well, let's say the 4 of you get caught. Here's how it works. The law enforcement approach all 4 and said, whoever turns state's evidence against the other 3, we'll let you go, or we'll give you a reduced sentence. So you think that because all 4 of you was in the deal, everyone's going to go to jail. Everyone may not go to jail. There may be only 3 going to jail or 2 going to jail. And some of the other ones who you thought was your friend is running up down the street while you're doing 8 to 10 years in prison. So it does not pay to commit those crimes or commit any crime. And if you're riding along with someone who is using drugs or selling drugs, and it's not your car, it's someone else's car, or even it's your car, and the police pull you over, and your partner had some drugs you may or may not know, and they ask permission to search the vehicle. You said, okay, you search because, you the driver, you said, I know I don't have anything. They find the crack pipe and some crack in the car. You say, it's not mine. Your buddy says, it's not mine. That calls for both of you to get put in jail because you did not know the person you were riding with had the crack pipe, or the crack, or the heroin, or the cocaine. You didn't know. But you're going to jail because no one is telling on the other one. Now, if it were me, I'd say, see this fellow riding with me? It's him. He's the one, not me. I know who had it. But when you said, I'm not going to squeal on anyone. So you end up going to jail, getting bonded out, take a chance. You have to hire a lawyer, taking a chance of going to prison because you're protecting your friend. But your friend who really had the drugs knows the system. So your friend, before he goes to court, cut a deal. Said, hey, it's John's drugs. So I said, I'll testify against John. He said, you will? I said, yes, sir. He said, okay, we give you 30 days and give John 30 years. You have to watch. Stay away from selling drugs. Do not ride with people that you do not know. And if you know that they are crooks, don't ride with them. If you go to a store and you decide, yeah, I can get this uh, camera and no one's going to see me. You put it at the camera, you put it under your coat, and you said, well, I don't want to do this. You put it back. Now, if the camera catches you, you were there, you intended to steal, you just lost your curve, lost your nerve. So you put it back or you leave it there. You can be arrested for attempted shoplifting because your intent was to take the item. You just lost your nerve. That's all. When we go to these stores, I use one, for example, for Walmart. When you look in the ceiling of Walmart, over the aisles, you see the round bubble up in Walmart. Those are cameras up there. There's cameras all over the store. And there's a person in the room with maybe 50 or 75 TVs looking at you. And if you put something in your coat pocket, they see you. That's why the cameras are there. And by the time you get to the front door, security has you. Even when you go to Walmart, I'm picking on Walmart, mentioning it to you. Look around, see at the top of the store, on the edge of Walmart, there are cameras up there. You're on camera from the time you get in that parking lot until you leave the store. And leaving the store, you're still on camera. That's why the cameras are there. You may not be paying attention. You may say, I don't see any security around here. They are the security. They're in the booth looking at you. So please, ma'am, and please, sir, let us not do any shoplifting, especially during this time of the year when we want to get the best for our children. We want to get the best for our loved ones. And you feel as though I don't have the money. So I'm going to just do a little shoplifting with my friend. And your friend may not be the shoplifter, but you hanging out with the shoplifter. So when your friend gets locked up, you get arrested, you're going with your friend too. Both of you were together. They didn't know that you were not an accomplice. You didn't know your friend put that item in the pocketbook. They walked out, and you walking with them. You are an accomplice. You're going to jail until it's proven, and go to trial until it's proven that you had nothing to do with it. You wasted all that time and all that money. Please, ma'am, and please, sir, let's be aware. Everyone is watching. And finally, for the drug dealers who decided to sell little drugs or big drugs, you make yourself $5,000 or $10,000, buy a nice shiny car, with some gold teeth in your mouth, drop your pants down, gold chain around your neck, jacked up tires on the car that you have. Those you're advertising. I sell drugs. That's what it is. You're saying, check me out. I'm a big shot. You're telling law enforcement that I am the one. Now they know who you are. So they may say, well, let's send someone over to buy some drugs from you. And they buy the drugs. They take it back to the sheriff's department or the police department. They, they, they do not issue a warrant at that time, arrest warrant. They issue a warrant, but you don't know. So the next time they send 2 or 3 more to buy drugs from you, and they got 4 or 5 more or 10 more buy drugs from you. And this may go on for a month or two. Now they say, well, it's time to arrest John. This time John doesn't have anything on him, but they already had the deals made with John a long time ago. John does not know who he sold the drugs to. There's so many. So it could be John's best friend. So John got arrested. Everybody else, go free. They cut a deal. They said, well, John's going to say, well, tell me who your informers are. Police, I'll tell you what. If I have to reveal who my informers are, you have a right to face your accusers. He said, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. Instead of giving you 20 years, I'll give you 10 years. But if I have to bring my informers forward, I'm give you 20 years. So you cut a deal. You say, I'll take 10. They never bring the informers forward. My brothers, my sisters, be aware. When we go to court, 9 times, if you go to court, and I recommend sending those children to visit the courtroom, visit trials of individuals. My father used to tell me, I want you to go to court on Monday. That's in Beaufort many years ago. Go to court and watch all those black folks, most of them black, go to court, get fined, or to get time. Every time. 9 times out of 10, in those days, the attorneys were white. The prosecutor, or the public defender, is white. The judge is white and black you. What do you think is going to happen? They all live and eat together, and you do not stay with them. So you end up going to court and going to jail. So we need to get more black attorneys, more black judges, more black lawyers. Not that it's going to keep crime down, but at least you see someone who's going to send you to jail. And you may know who they are. But my brothers and sisters, time is up for the crimes that we commit when it's not necessary. People and companies are begging people to go to work. You can get a job. There's no problem with getting a job, just that you have to work all week and sometimes part-time jobs. But you can work. Do not go into those stores selling drugs, robbing people, because you're going to get caught eventually. You're going to go to jail eventually, and you're going to do some time without a doubt. I just thought I'd share that with you, and because I'm concerned about you. I've been in the bail bonding business for over 30 years. I've seen it all. Seen them come, seen them go. And most of the times you get locked up, there's very little money to take care of your bond. And the money that comes from pay your bond comes from the families who has to pay the mortgage, who has to pay a car note, who have to eat. And then you go to jail and you thought you were going to get away. It's not going to work. Those people are trained to find you. Their job is to find you. If they can't find you, then they don't need to have the job, is what the system says. It says if all these drugs, people are selling drugs, and you're not catching any of them, maybe you need to find a job and look for employment someplace else. Their job is trained to get you. They go to school or places to get you. You're selling drugs or scheming, and they know what the deal is. It's just they catch you when it's time. This is Alan Galloway. Thought I'd share it with you. A little chat that we had today for the upcoming holidays and for the future. God bless you and happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Signing off. I'll be back at a later date. God bless you.